What's up, guys? Welcome to another video of DevTalks, where we talk about everything engineering and technology with your host Travian. And this video, we're gonna be talking about DeepSeek. So I've been hearing a lot about DeepSeek, AI stuff going on and whatever, but I just want to see what's more or less going on. I've been waiting for some more information to kind of come out first before speaking on this, but I figured we'd take advantage of it and dive into what's really going on. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and share. I really appreciate it all. And let's dive in.
Let's talk about DeepSeek because it is mind-blowing and it is shaking this entire industry to its core. The emergence of DeepSeek now putting pressure on the U.S. tech names. We told you all about it last week in Davos. The buzz started growing about DeepSeek's latest AI model being more efficient while running on a lot less advanced NVIDIA chips. Released last week, it's already being called what is a major breakthrough as the app shows its work, its reasoning, it answers users' prompts. I, by the way, was spent basically all weekend playing with it. It is the #1 app, I believe, on Apple right now. The product overtaking ChatGPT today.
This is a few things that I want to speak about. Instantly hear from what he is talking about. First off, hype is the biggest drug known to man. Because there's no way in the world. Like, hype instantly just gets apps up places. You look up, like, let's look at the top 5 apps on Apple, right? DeepSeek is #1. OpenAI's ChatGPT is #2. That used to be one of the most hyped apps before. Paramount, Threads, and I guess this is going based off of recently downloaded apps. 5, Temu. Paramount Plus, I think they did a merger recently with like Showtime and stuff, so a lot of people probably had to switch to Paramount and their subscriptions and things. But all the rest of the apps, they recently came out. So it shows you just hype just gets you up there. That's all it takes. And he was over there just using it all needle doodle, but we're gonna just let him finish more. But that's crazy how in literally only a few days everybody talks about something, and when a small group of people talk about it and they hype it up, because what I think he does in this beginning portion, he hypes it up. So we're gonna go back a few seconds, but let's just hear him out further.
On Apple right now, the product overtaking ChatGPT today, on the App Store that way. DeepSeek, which was created by a Chinese hedge fund manager, also capturing the attention of leaders, as we mentioned at the World Economic Forum last week in Davos.
We should take the development out of China very, very seriously.
What we found is that DeepSeek, which is the leading Chinese AI lab, their model is actually the top performing, or roughly on par with the best American models.
If the United States can't lead in this technology, we're going to be in a very bad place geopolitically.
Now, you can take a look right now at the AI-related stocks. So NVIDIA
This is another thing that's insane, right? Look at how it's impacting NVIDIA and stuff. You look at what everybody else is saying, and it's impacting them a good amount because this new thing is hot and popping. And I believe what they said also, because I have seen this video a little bit earlier today because I wanted to make sure this source is one that I wanted to cover for you guys all. They said something about, they weren't using as advanced chips. It's open source. Everybody can just use stuff off of it. It's so easy to use. It's doing complex stuff. But I heard, and I'm saying I heard, I don't know if it's true, because I don't feel personally comfortable yet using DeepSeek, because I'm not a person that's comfortable using any fresh updates. That even counts for American companies. When new tech stuff comes out, I typically don't just immediately jump on it just like that with a snap of a finger. That's just not something that I do immediately. So, and we're going to get to another segment of this later that I have not seen yet, but it's going to be worrisome because you think about security issues and stuff and other things. But look how this is affecting the stock market here. Dang. NVIDIA down. We just covered NVIDIA, and I'm actually about to have more videos drop from their CEO because he gave some career advice and things. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of that. It's going to be dropping this week after this video. but NVIDIA, I believe, is one of the best tech companies out right now. So, because one company comes out and they're using chips that aren't NVIDIA's top of the line, allegedly, because this is all alleged, they're facing a stock hit. Meta down, Microsoft down, ASML, all of them are down. Like, let's just continue further into this, so we can see more of them.
ARM, AMD, Microsoft, Meta, interestingly, on that list, given it's open source. We got to talk about the open source, closed source bit of this as well. And
but
then
it's a shocker to see NVIDIA down by more than 12% right now.
Absolutely. And then you have global chip stocks also in the red across the board, ASML Holdings and others. There is the question, I will say, Alexander Wang made the point last week, and it's become sort of the question mark about all of this, which is, he suggested on our air that it is possible that they were using some of the highest performing NVIDIA chips, perhaps as many as 50,000 of them,
right,
to build this model. Now, and they weren't supposed to have those chips.
Right.
If
so
that's
the case,
true,
not the size.
The dynamic is different. Yeah. If it's not true, then maybe all bets are off. It's possible, by the way, even if it is true, meaning even if they use those chips to create this, or at least partially to create this, it is still a significantly more efficient and better model. I think everybody agrees that right this moment, I mean, I don't know if did you get to play? It is mind-blowing.
It looks really great. I mean, it feels like it's open source, so people can test this out themselves.
This is why I say they're gassing it. I have not used it yet, but I have used other models, especially when you're allowed to use certain models for work now, and all the other stuff. I've used a few things. Gemini, I think, works pretty well. ChatGPT, I've used a lot more significantly than the other ones. On my PC, we have Copilot. I should probably try using that more. But those three I've used an okay amount to know how they work. To some degree, I've used them. This one, do I want to believe that some news anchor, no diss to him, fully went out to test the capabilities of this model over the weekend? Or was he just asking it questions and he's just like, this one answers it quicker than mine right now? And it being open source, it's hard to take that because this isn't a developer or engineer saying this. This isn't somebody who's giving it complex problems and stuff. I don't think he's giving it this. I heard that somebody gave it a complex problem and it got stuck in an infinite loop thing and it couldn't sort itself out. That's what I heard hours ago before recording this today and things. That's what I heard. But I don't know everything that's true. I want to put that asterisk on there. I don't know what's exactly true, just like they don't know what's true about the NVIDIA chip issue. And at the same time, they're like, how did they even get the chips? How did they get them? How did they get the chips? That's a question that I want to know. That anybody else wondering that? If you're not supposed to have that stuff, how'd you get it? I know there's a whole thing going on in Taiwan for the war and to try to get the semiconducting chips and whatnot. Maybe something crazy happened there. There's been a lot of controversy about stuff getting stolen, especially not even just in the tech industry, about indie industries like their IPs and stuff like that. I remember this all last year of certain business owners talking about when they do business in China, they get their stuff stolen. Specific stuff stolen from them. So I feel like this is insane. This is just insane for me. I don't know. I honestly can't tell you further than that. It's a lot of speculation. I think this is just a lot of hype that's going to die down really, really fast. Especially like people like, oh, this is open source. Well, if Meta is open source, what makes their open source better than Meta's? This is the information that I have, that I want to have, and the questions that I'm going to be asking. But I don't think anybody else is asking these questions. How? How? Give me more details. How is it that this place is doing so well that all these places are crapping the bed? Y'all selling? I might be buying. Shoot. Got paid last week. Think I won't? Gonna see real quick. We're gonna learn real quick. Really quick. For sure. Let's continue.
But I can tell you all the tests that I do just to see whether I think the writing is better, whether I think that it can answer certain questions. I mean, it was not only faster, it was more human. The reasoning is shocking. I mean, there were moments where I was like, "Oh my God, we are so much." You could feel the step change as a person. I will also say, as exciting as it was, there was an element where I became scared because I thought, oh, you know, I had the opportunity to talk to all these people last week, and they all said the future's here, and da-da-da-da. And then you sort of see it, and you go, oh, okay, I feel you, in a different sort of visceral way. So, yes, I think this is all happening at a level that when you mark your sort of AI history timeline in life, I think this past week, today, and everything else will be on it.
I think Mark Andreessen put it really succinctly and really smartly when he said that this feels like the Sputnik moment for the AI race, where China is really stepping in. So not just what it can do.
All right. Here's something else that I heard about. So we're not going to we heard what they had to say about DeepSeek and some of the stuff that may be coming from DeepSeek. Who knows? Like, it's only been a few days. This, like, the same thing. ChatGPT, when they first came out, they had problems. I get that. Like, you want me to expect that this thing just launched and it's perfect? I don't know. But here's some stuff about some cyber attack that DeepSeek was allegedly hit with, now that it's popular and stuff. So let's hear what this has to say first. I hold no judgments. I haven't watched this yet. And let's see what was going on about the cyber attack and how you may be affected if you use DeepSeek.
Well, this is breaking news coming in from China, and we understand that Chinese AI app DeepSeek is claiming to be hit by a large-scale cyber attack. Chinese AI app sensation DeepSeek says it is limiting the registration of new users due to large-scale cyber attacks on its services. The company, whose chatbot took over OpenAI's ChatGPT as Apple's top downloaded app, cited, and I quote, large-scale malicious attacks for outages and its inability to take on new users. This comes even as US stocks plunge over China's AI threat, and Nvidia suffered biggest rout in stock market history.
So, hopefully you guys were able to hear that properly, but just to re-announce what they just said there is, they hit with a huge cyber attack. One, they can't handle the number of users. Two, so now they're limiting it. Hey, it might have been nice and neat that it was. There's a reason why OpenAI's ChatGPT, they have a paid version. Yes, they have free versions and stuff for these things, but the biggest hype about this is, hey, it's free. Look how awesome it is, but it's free and all this other stuff. And now it has all this attention on it. And it's limiting users now. And that's what happens when it's free. That's the reason why the other ones weren't free. We experienced these problems last year when it came to ChatGPT. This already was an issue back then. Yeah, they didn't learn, like, to be able to use these models and everything. And then how is this model being affected? Maybe that news anchor was using the model when many people weren't on it yet. But now, since it's a big thing today, it's a lot slower, isn't it? Doesn't work as well. People were hitting it with prompts that was messing it all types up, and now everybody went out there selling their stock. It affect all these tech companies in the negatives so bad over an overhyped thing. And honestly, this is what some people get. Really. This is what some people get. And the other thing that they said in the last news thing is, hey, they felt it seemed a lot more human. I don't know if I would like my chatbot to feel a lot more human. For me personally, if you guys are different for that, please let me know in the comments down below. But I wouldn't want it to be more human. I want it to do what I tell it to do to some aspect. I want it to make sense and be in the way that I want it to properly speak to me. I feel like how your AI conforms to you and gives you results and things like that, I want it to be able to control that configuration in some sense, because not everybody might be comfortable with the way of being too human and stuff, and that can sometimes stoke fear with people thinking robots having their own consciousness and stuff. And that's something that they also talked about, Mark talked about recently on Joe Rogan's podcast that I covered, and I have more videos on that coming out. But the whole thing about consciousness and things and them having that, people fear that. iRobot, I'm telling you, I do not want that to come true in real life. I love the movie. I reference it so much now that AI and robots is such a big thing. But please, I do not want that in real life. I'm telling you so bad. How they was acting and they were all fighting and it was the people versus the humans, and all it took was one system AI thing to control and reroute the program and all these robots, and these robots destroyed these other robots and all this other stuff, and the guardrails were broken and all the other mess. This is the fun stuff you're gonna get on this channel and putting all the connections into these things. But that's just where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think about DeepSeek. Have you used this app? If you do, I'm still worried because there's some security implications to this. If they get cyber attacked a certain type of way, what kind of information can they pull from them? This goes for any company, but we don't know who these people are. The owners and stuff like that, we didn't hear about him until today. You need to be worried about this. You don't know what kind of information you give them to sign up for this app. I don't know any of that. So be cautious with stuff that you use when it first comes out, and just be careful. Like, and somebody give me some real information. If you're going to be reported on the news, give some real information about this stuff. I have some questions. I want to be able to talk to experts about this. If you guys know any experts on this, let me know down in the comments down below. But without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. I appreciate you guys sticking with me for another video of Dev Talks. If you want to see more videos like this, please click the video that shows up right about now. And peace. See y'all next time.